Yo guys, give me the video, man. Give me the video of the zero healer TOP. I want to see how they deal with Pento. How do you heal up for Pento? Before we go too deep in, right? Let's just on surface area beginning, how I feel about all these types of runs. I'm not a big fan of all these type of runs, to be honest with you. Because I know, right, this game is so limiting. If you were to run stuff like this, you know exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get Paladin to Clemency, you're gonna get Red Mage to heal. And then in worst case scenario, some mechanics, you will just zombie. For example, people die, you raise. People die, you raise. Now, the raise wouldn't be a problem because you're already running zero healer, means that you're already doing more damage. So when you do more damage, you can afford death. Final Fantasy XIV is not like a galaxy brain game, you know? When you see no healer, you know exactly why. That's why you got two paladins. That's why maybe you have a warrior, because warrior can heal, I guess. Shake It Off can heal. Nascent Flash can heal. Paladin can heal. Red Mage, clearly, obviously, it has to have a Red Mage. If there's no Red Mage, this type of thing would happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Final Fantasy XIV is very restricted, very limited. So even if you want to go out your way to do fun things like this, you know exactly what you're going to get. You know exactly what's going to happen. So then, is it really still fun to watch? Now, I would be surprised if I were to see them go through the whole fight without any of the four mentioned. Because it's just not possible. It's just not possible, right? We'll see whether what I just said is going to happen already in P1. Final Fantasy XIV, like all tank, same, right? Like, I think it's really boring, man. I mean, I'm not a big fan, man. I'm just not a big fan. Will I ever do stuff like this? Absolutely not. The only reason why you would do stuff like this is if you're really bored, you got nothing else to play, or you just really love this game to the core that you have nothing else to do, and all you want to do is play this game, find ways to make the game enjoyable for you when the horse is already dead. You just keep beating on it. You clear the fight already. You cleared on multiple jobs already. I want to clear it even more. I want to play more. I want to enjoy it more, but I can't. You know what? Bam, zero healer. You know what I mean? I will never do stuff like this. Yep, that's the Shake It Off heal right there. Dude, he just spamming Clemency. Wait, so Clemency can now be used while moving. If this is the case, right, why bother playing a healer? You might as well just bring a Paladin. Okay, phase 2 don't have a lot of healing, actually. Oh, and Paladin can cover as well, right? Take the beams for the others. Yo, what is this UI, though? Actually, this UI is very similar to mine. Except I don't have such a big party list UI. Yeah, this phase 2 has no healing. Ah, yeah, this one is just mitigation. This one is nothing about healing. Okay, nothing different or special here in phase 1 and phase 2, I guess. All these early phases is just a lot of single target healing. So if that single target healing, that means Paladin and Warrior will take care of it. Or even Red Mages, I'm gonna assume. Actually, I didn't really see what the Red Mage is casting. I'm gonna assume that the Red Mage is also healing, right? Ew, all the Clemency. Yo, why is the Dancer not healed? Oh, wow, the Dancer didn't die from that? Oh, cover! Well, you can cover AoE damage. So with 2 covers, basically, you are having 5 tanks. Okay, let's be honest, all these early phases are pretty standard. P5 is also pretty standard. P5 is just a lot of spot healing, which obviously their comp, 2 Paladin and Red Mage has. It's gonna be mainly P6, right? It's only gonna be mainly P6. We see all the start going on. P1 to P5 should be pretty straightforward. Like their comp, I also don't think P4 DPS check is gonna be a problem. And they probably can also inbound some beams if they want. What is the monitor strat they use here? Okay, very typical, standard one, okay. This is the same as the NA one. Yeah, this is the same as the NAPF one. Okay, let's see P4. 100% there will be some tank inbound going on here. 100%. Shoot, the guy is just casting Clemency non-stop, man. This guy is a single target healer with melee rotation. Yeah, there you see what I mean? Yeah, it's more convenient, right? You got 3 tanks that you can do stuff like that. They use cover, I think. Yeah, tanks with full mitigation can cover that, I think. How can he see with this UI? Well, that's the beauty of Final Fantasy XIV. All the visual cues, all the animation that they show on screen is enough for you to no need to rely on anything else. The visual clarity of this game, and also being just 8-man obviously helps. And not like 20-man, you know, 20, like in WoW 20-man, 30-man raids. You can't see shit, right? In 14, it's only 8-man. Visual clarity is pretty good. When mechanics happen, obviously also helps. Specific timings, you know? Like, dude, look, they even have a fucking visual for Tank Buster now. Having 3 tanks to rotate in WoW must be nice. Because then you got a spare guy to always give shit to everybody else, especially the 2 Paladin. These 2 Paladin is obviously used CD mainly for cover, and then on times that they need to inbound a tank buster, they inbound. So then they have all the CDs for cover. That's clearly also part of the strat, right? Okay, what is this strat? Are they stretching left and right? Okay, so same as the Xeno strat. Huh, is this like a common strat? Honestly, after I have done 4 different Delta strat. Honestly, this is the worst one. In terms of how you line up the blue and the red line, it's the worst one. But obviously, the baiting things is pretty standard, right? 6 people bait beams is the better one. 2 people bait the middle is the better one. 100%. I'm just talking about the lineup. I think this one is the worst one. I like the cross one because the cross one, once you fix, you don't move. This one, right? You got this blue tattered pass. that once they see the first status break, then they have to run on top of the people to bait the feast. I don't like that. I think it's very risky. A little bit of panic, a little bit of mistime, a little bit of visual confusion, you don't bait the feast. I like the cross one where the moment your formation, the line formation is fixed, all 8 people just stand there and then just wait until the AoE appear on your feet. Then you run. Then you start doing the 6-man bait, 2 men in the middle, 6 men outside. Okay, let's see how they line up for this. I like the T formation the most. I like the near world bait middle. Ah, okay, this one is good. This one is the same as the, yeah, this one is good. This one is good. Yeah, the near world middle bait. Did they just do near world here? I mean, it works, I guess. At the end of the day, just micro positioning, right? Yeah, not much healing going on here. This phase is just doing mechanics. Conga line? Okay, what the f is this camera angle? What is he looking at this point? Is he looking like a second monitor on with a diagram or what? He's marking people. So this is how people use this macro to mark people. Yo, that's smart. That's smart. So you click 1, 2, 3, 4. Yo, actually, it's not bad. It's not hard to mark. Why do people need auto marker? This guy just did it without auto marker. Now I finally understand why he have to have this thing so big. Because if he do this thing small, it's gonna be harder to mark. Because then you have to click very precise. That is a lot of macro and party list discipline right here just to make this marking doable. Okay, I want to see P6. Honestly speaking, I think P5 is also very simple, single target heals and stuff. And also just tank buster, right? Yeah, you just make sure everybody is top off to take the hit. If it's not enough, cover, I guess. Yeah, this guy is doing the marker for the team. That's what, I mean, that makes sense. No wonder he's all the way on the right side of the conga line. His position is fixed. So he's the one doing marking. Anyway, we are not here to evaluate the strats or this Sigma strat. We are here to see how they do it without healers. So far, P5 is just straight up spot healing. There isn't really anything that you must have a healer for, right? P1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they use cover very smartly, and obviously this poor paladin is just Clemency guy. This guy is literally a white mage without off GCD healing, and then instead of pressing glare, he's pressing melee combo. Okay, this one very important. Again, we are not here to evaluate strat, but since we are okay, it's like I am doing this evaluation for their non-healer at the same time I'm evaluating the fight. Okay, for those people who are still clearing the fight, or is clearing the fight, or cleared the fight already, this is all you need to do. When you are the guy that is baiting the feast, you don't have to go to the Mitsubishi. You don't have to go to True Cardinal or Intercardinal. You just have to be 1 notch of it. And the beam will never hit you. You see the Mitsubishi? You literally just stand 1 notch. Because the beam will never hit here. The beam will stop here. I've seen a lot of people try to go to True Inter. I've seen a lot of people try to go to True Cardinal. You don't have to. The feast will bait. You will not clip anybody. Sometimes these are the little things, difference between this guy actually know what the f he's doing versus another guy that is following picture blindly. Knowing exactly what is needed, you know? Another tank, another inbound, I guess. They got 3 tanks, right? Why not? Yeah. Okay, Delta also don't have anything that is heavily healer required. I also think it's spot healing here. Just very inconvenient, right? You know, this guy have to spam Clemency. Yeah, like right here, there's no healing. Do more damage now. This guy is marking already. Who is gonna bait? Yeah, you only need 2 markers. So I'm gonna assume that these 2 markers is just baiting the near and far, super far, or like baiting the jumps, basically the far world. That's all you need. You don't need to mark 8 people. So far, P1 to P5. Let's just agree there isn't anything special. This fight is very straightforward, and based on their comp, with the inbounds they have, and the covers they have, it's just very straightforward. You do what you need to do. The next phase, I am pretty sure, is gonna be where you start seeing some zombie, some really, bro, what the fuck is this shit going on? Like P1 to P5 so far has been pretty standard. P1 to P5 right now has been pretty, you just do exactly what you need to. P5 especially. Now, looking at them doing this without healer for P5, it actually shows you how much easy P5 is. All this Clemency and all this Vercure is more than enough. I anticipate a lot of P6 death, and I anticipate where the raid is going to come in, because I'm already thinking, how do you do magic number? You cannot do magic number because the debuff ticks down the same time is going to wipe you, which then means zombie has to be involved. Everybody's going to die, and then the additional LB will mean more damage, I guess. I don't know, we'll see, we'll find out. This P6 is going to be disgusting. I can feel it already. Also, no, they don't have LB3 ending P5. It doesn't matter. You can survive this even without LB, by the way. I'm not sure whether you guys saw a video before. You can survive this even without LB. LB don't matter because their comp already make up the damage. I mean, that is exactly what's going to be in this P6, right? There's going to be a lot of zombie going on here. And this early phase DPS is going to carry them in the last phase, in the last few percent. So basically, they do all the damage now, so that later when the zombie sequence begin, the damage is already done. It's like they peak super high and they floor really low, but the even average give them enough damage, basically. They just spam everything here. They just do everything here. Is the Red Mage just spamming Vercure this phase? I wonder. I mean, this guy certainly is spamming Clemency. And this is really smart. They let the two tanks take the auto, so they just Clemency one another. So that they get the best healing. You know what I mean? Oh, they just tank LB everything. Yeah, they don't need the damage, right? I mean, they can't use the healer LB anyway. So, okay, so everything is tank LB. You will still get X amount of melee LB. Okay, here we go. This has to be the zombie part. There's no way they do magic number properly. This is where the Red Mage comes in. Wow, they tank LB the meteors too? I mean, they got 3 tanks, right? I guess. Surviving this magic number is clearly not the point here. This is the part that zombie needs to happen already. They cover the Red Mage, okay? So when you use cover, you don't get debuff. Now that's an oversight. Because this mechanic is meant to kill everyone. And this mechanic is meant for everybody to get the debuff. And if a existing mechanic allows you to take away that's an oversight. I know that's what cover do. That's not what the mechanic should meant to be. Okay, how many mechanics out there that things go through invuln? How many? Your rest invulnerability and your tank invulnerability can cover 90% of the stuff. But there are some things that you cannot invuln. Why? Because that's the mechanic. The mechanic is not supposed to let you not die. The mechanic is not supposed to let you have an oversight where existing mechanics capability overrides it. Magic number and ultimate fight in the last phase, clearly with the dynamis mechanic, is intended that you must get the debuff. And the only way to remove it is the healer LB. So if they are able to find a way to make that not happen, to override the intention just based on existing mechanic capability, then it's an oversight. Because if everything is supposed to be what they work, then there wouldn't be abilities that go through invuln. Now, if this is a savage, I will say that this might be intended, but this is an ultimate. It is the same as people were doing the living liquid speed run. The Hand of Pain doesn't wipe the party when they are done wrong. You can fully mitigate it. That's an oversight. That has nothing to do with how good the players are. That right there should have killed the whole party. But the game somehow coded in a way that somehow it was mitigable. That should be straight up mechanical failure. That should be just bam, wipe. The moment the hand goes down, the screen should just go black already. You failed the fucking mechanic. But then the player found a way. Oh, but that was intended. No, that was not intended. You mitigated it because you found a loophole, not because the game wanted you to. Magic number is that. You are not supposed to be able to not get magic number. If you are not able to get magic number, then what's the point of the composition? These things shouldn't be able to happen. Sometimes you're dead on the ground. You are not even there. But when the mechanic happens, they still give you the debuff. Magic number should also be a mechanic that even if you are dead and you plan to zombie this magic number should still give you the debuff. So that even when you get up, you're gonna die. And when this timer fades and you press accept, it's too late already because the screen will just reset already. You see what I mean? That is proper design. This is supposed to be the highest, hardest content in the game. And this magic number debuff is supposed to work as it's intended. That everybody, regardless of cover, regardless of death, regardless of invulnerability, you should get this debuff. So this is unrecoverable. If you have it, even if you zombie, you will reset. That's how the magic number should be. That is the intention. This is not an intention. You will never convince me that this is an intention. Until Yoshi P come out to say it, let me tell you what Yoshi P is going to say. Yoshi P is not going to say that, oh, we intended it. We cannot believe that you guys found the loophole. Good job, guys. No. Yoshi P will just come out and say, wow, I didn't know that can be done. Congrats, I guess, but holy f, that cannot happen again. This will not happen again. No, they will not fix it afterward because they are a Japanese company. They will just take the L and then they will make sure that it doesn't happen again. Why? Because Japanese culture. A normal developer and tester will never reach the height of a player's skill and will never reach a place where players will find something that you don't. Players will always be the best, highly skilled individuals that will play your game. There is no game, even today, in the course of gaming development history, there is no game where the developers are the better player than the players. The players will always be the one that push through the boundary. The players will always be the one that do the most thing unimaginable. This is an oversight and the players did an amazing job. This bunch of people did an amazing job to find this loophole. And then to make it happen, that's the hype. But as a developer, when you look at this thing cannot happen again. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not here saying that Paladin don't deserve this. I'm not saying that cover should be this OP. I don't give a shit. I'm just here talking about a mechanic that shouldn't be working this way. Now, is it intended? Maybe. Maybe. Is it an oversight? Most likely. That is what I'm trying to say. Watch them make mechanics that allow you to rest if you fail them. I mean, they already have a lot. They already have a lot of mechanics that lets you recover if you fail them. It's called Savage. This is not Savage, this is an ultimate. Savage, I will let it pass. If this is Savage, I will close one eye and I will let it slide. Why? Because Savage was never tuned. You get a lot of deaths. Usually you do the mechanic, you zombify it, you tank LB, you heal it. It's fine. I cover one eye because it's Savage. Savage is mid-tier content. Nobody gives a fuck about Savage except that few groups and individuals that still think that the race is prestigious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you are one of them. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Savage is mid-tier content. Trying hard Savage to try hard Savage is cringe. Trying hard Savage to form a better team, trying to use Savage as like a stepping board to improve your team for future content like Ultimate, that's okay. Trying to min-max Savage for Savage is cringe. Says the guy that Savage prep, bro, I f***ing hate it, man. Get me the Yo, Denji, you wanna take my spot? You take my spot right now, I immediately leave. I'm gonna make Violent hate me, fine. You take my spot, I'm out of the Savage. I will just do Savage in PF. I'm fucking trapped and I fucking hate it. But I value my friendship with Violent. I'm not gonna violate it again. Is Savage Prep actually helpful? Genuine question? Absolutely not. The only thing that Savage Prep is helping you is the communication against your team member. Even in Savage Prep, you will never find out whether insert individual A is actually truly reliable and good when you go into prop. You will not find that. You will not know that unless you blind prop. You can have this guy that is like passing 100%, makes zero mistake. It doesn't fucking matter. When you go into prop, that one motherfucker is gonna make all the mistakes. Prep doesn't show you that. What prep can help you is maybe communication between healers, communication between tanks. DPS is just... You know what I mean? DPS players are just... DPS players don't improve in prep. Maybe the DPS can chip in. Yo, when do you need Fiend? Since we got more damage there, I guess I can put in a Fiend. Oh, that's an amazing contribution. Thank you, little Jimmy. No problem, team player, you know. The reality is... Okay, anyway, where were we? We're back on this. Okay, Savage, I can close a blind eye if this happens. Ultimate, I can't. I put Ultimate on the fucking holy pedestal. Ultimate should not be a content that comes down to be able to be done like this. No fucking way. This is not the player's fault. The players found a way. This is not the player's fault. This is the developer's fault. Now I finally saw the whole problem with this whole thing, right? The whole problem is magic number. This whole fight is fucking awesome, except for the magic number. This is one thing they need to do better next time. I mean, they are just human, right? Obviously, they're gonna miss something. And I think this is the thing they miss. Should they even able to get a final phase result? I agree. Yo, Momo, what up, man? And after seeing them go through phase 1 to 5, it's just a lot of spot healing. It's not a lot of AoE healing. It's not Alma gas. If all those red whites were Alma gas, it's a different situation, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that Alma gas will make this not doable. Obviously, the players will find a way. But what I'm trying to say is, if those AoE are like Elgamas or with the bleed, like P7S, the 3 have the AoE and then with the bleed, right? If they make you heal a little bit more, this might not have happened. Man, this is so bad, man. This is so bad, man. Like, this whole video has been awesome until this part. This part is so bad. I don't know what the community thinks, but this part right here is a very sour taste to mouth. If you show this to other people, it's gonna be, wow, this can be done this way. Now, obviously, this is smart play. The players deserve all the credit to be able to play and clear the fight this way, but this is, on a game design standpoint, this is a laughing stock. Is this what a Chinese nerd scream feels like?
Yes, nice.
That's it! I thought they would be more excited! And why the f am I giving another Asmongold video?